Hello everyone, and welcome back, if you're a returning visitor, to the Dan O'Can YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a direct follow-up to my video from Moonshine, Illinois. So if you haven't seen that one already, you may as well go ahead and watch it. That'll kind of give you a little bit of the backstory as to where I am and what I'm doing here. But if you don't want to do that, I'm on my way to, and I'm going to screw it up multiple times, Casey, Illinois. It's spelt like Casey, C-A-S-E-Y, as in at the bat. But according to Wikipedia, it's pronounced KZ or KZ. So I'm sure I will mess it up multiple times and call it Casey. So I will apologize to the locals up front, or if Wikipedia has it wrong, you can yell at me in the comments below. But we're on our way to Casey, Illinois. Alright, I've just arrived in town, and before we get started exploring, I'll kind of explain up front why I'm here. So local businessman and craftsman Jim Bolin, who works with Bolin Enterprises, or I assume he owns Bolin Enterprises, has built 14 items that are or were world record holders for being the world's largest blank. And if you followed the channel for any length of time, you know we are suckers for world's largest blanks. So I'm just going to quickly run through the list. There's 12 listed on Wikipedia. The world's largest wind chime, golf tee, pitchfork, rocking chair, wooden shoes, mailbox, gavel, which has apparently been relocated to Marshall, Illinois, according to the article, truck key, barbershop pole, teeter-totter, golf driver, and swizzle spoon. And there were two others that have since been surpassed, and those were knitting needles and crochet hook. So even just in the couple blocks I've driven around here before I found a place to park, I've already seen the wind chime, the rocking chair, and the barber pole. But it's great that I've seen it. Let's go show you what they look like. So here we go. We'll start at the world's largest wind chime, since I happen to be here. So a little bit of background on the wind chime. The longest one, there's 5 of them. The longest one is 42 feet, and it is suspended 49 feet in total height. So there's, you know, obviously a gap up between the top and the bottom. Was entered into the Guinness Book of World Records in 2012 for being the world's largest wind chime. And I just got distracted because there's a train rolling through town. Must be some kind of maintenance train. There's a couple people riding on top of it there. Yeah, it appears like it's transporting some rails, so they must be doing some rail maintenance or replacement. There's a truck there owned by Bolin Pipeline and Tank Maintenance, which is apparently what Bolin Enterprises' main business is when they're not building the world's largest thing. So this is interesting. Do not jump. Designated persons must be present to operate the teeter-totter, typically on Saturdays. So that must mean it's actually functional. I did not expect that at all. And in addition to not jumping on it, it's probably a bad idea to jump off of it when your partner's on the far end up in the air. So yes, 82 feet long, and apparently it is functional. Now, let's head across the street and check out the rocking chair. So now we're at the rocking chair. 56 feet tall, 46,200 pounds. And yes, in order to claim the record, it had to rock. And it took 10 men to make it move, but apparently they did make it rock at one point. Took the record in 2015. And I'm wondering if it took the title from the one that's on Route 66. I know that at one point was billed as the world's largest rocking chair, and in fact, I think it still is billed that way, even though I knew officially it was not. You'll remember we visited that back in 2018. I think Emily's looking for the geocache, which is hidden nearby here. And it's not all about giant things. There's a couple really nice, well, more than a couple, really nice historical buildings here downtown too. Coming up on the barber pole, 14 feet 7 inches high and over 3 feet wide. And as you can see, it functions. This one's a little smaller. So across the street there is the world's largest mailbox. And again, yes, to qualify for the world record, it had to be functional. So you can actually send a letter from inside of it, and the red flag on the side will lift up when there's mail to be picked up or delivered. Now, not everything here is the world's largest. Right next to this beautiful old Ford fire truck, there is a giant bird cage complete with a swing. It's not the world's largest, but it's still something really big. So here we go. I am inside the world's largest mailbox. I climbed up the steps to get here. I did try and stop and see the wooden shoes on the way up, but unfortunately they're inside a bakery, which is actually in an old railway building from the late 1800s, but the bakery is closed for the season. They're doing their Christmas changeover, so I couldn't really get a good shot of the wooden shoes, but we can come inside the mailbox. And as I told you down below, it is a functioning mailbox. I don't have anything to mail, so I don't have anything to drop in the slot there. But you can also see, well, you probably can't because that's not, but there you can see the mechanism that operates the gate and the flag. So there you go. Fully functional. It's funny how I can get focused on so many things. I was so focused on the barber pole, I missed the giant pencil. It's not on the world's largest list, but still pretty cool. So now we come over here, check out a couple more things. First, we'll start with one that is on the world records. So the golf club is actually made out of an old street light, and it measures 45 feet 9.4 inches and is 731 pounds. And no, I didn't try and lift it. And this one here is not a world's largest item, but it makes for a fun photo opportunity if you've got somebody to take your picture, which I don't. But this is a giant mouse trap. And I'll kind of take a selfie here with it just to kind of give you a sense of the scope, or the size, I should say. And distracted from the world's largest things for a moment again, because I saw this crumbling building and said, that's got to be something worth checking out. And actually, from the front, it's not nearly as exciting as I thought it would be. But it is kind of cool. Gotta love buildings with glass block. And there's actually a court order on the building here from November of last year, stating that they're, I don't want to say suing, but they're basically petitioning the court to have the building declared abandoned, which is too bad. It's got some neat architectural details on it. Be nice to see it brought back somehow. And another in the big things, but not necessarily world record. This is a giant yardstick, and basically at a scale of 1 inch it has been scaled up to be 1 foot. One last one here. World's largest swizzle spoon, according to the sign. And officially, yes, it is a record. And it's probably the smallest of the big things in the entire town. I believe it's 11 some feet tall. And I just crossed over the street here to give you a better look at the block where the world's largest swizzle spoon lives. Plus, it's a great way for me to see the block and get some photos of it myself. Can't tell when you're that close. Great ghost sign there. You can see it says dry goods and clothing on that building on the right, kind of in the center of the screen. And when you move over to this one, you can see the outline, a couple bricked over windows there on the right side. But you can see where there's another building where there's now just a parking lot. There you go. I can get you a better view. You can see those bricked over windows that would have looked over the back of the building that was here, and all these spots where the floors would have been attached. Casey National Bank building, now a restaurant. Now I think I covered everything that was within walking distance here. I may have missed some of the stuff downtown, but I think some of the other ones I want to show you involve going for a bit of a drive, which is fine. My camera battery's getting low. I need to get it charging, so let's go do that now. All right, well, we took a short little drive kind of north of the main part of town to come check out the world's largest Pitchfork. And I also saw a sign for the world's largest golf tee as I was coming out as well, so we'll have to check that out here after this. So there it is. Fans of corner gas, of course, will remember when they talked about building the world's biggest hoe. Well, not quite what we got here. World's biggest pitchfork. So from what I read on the website, it's that there was no existing world's record for world's largest pitchfork when this was created, I believe in 2015. But the standard that Guinness applies for world's largest items, if there is nothing to beat, is that it must be at least 10 times larger than what the standard or typical item would be. So as a result, when they set the record for the world's largest pitchfork, they made it 60 feet long, or 10 times your, a 6-foot pitchfork. So, I don't know, 6 feet seems kind of long for the typical pitchfork. They probably wanted to put a margin of error in there to make sure that they broke the 10-time criteria, as well as make whoever wants to set the record again have to earn it. All right, let's go back and check out the golf tee. Okay, we have made it to the KZ Country Club, and I can see the world's largest golf tee. Now, it says to view the attraction or to see the attraction, you need to go in through the pro shop. Being that this is January, I don't think that's open. There's nobody around here. So I'm going to just see if we can kind of just poke our head over here and see it from a distance. I'll try and zoom in for you. You can see it there in the background. And again, I think, as you can see, the parking lot is deserted except for my rental car. So I don't think anyone will get too mad at me for doing this. I'm not going to go onto the golf course itself. But there you have it. Now, I don't mean to start an internet controversy. However, I always thought I had already seen the world's largest golf tee in Trochu, Alberta, on their golf course. And I checked, and the Travel Alberta website lists it as the world's largest golf tee and says it stands 40 feet high. This one here in Casey is listed at being 30 feet high. So I want to know, is there some reason why the one in Trochu does not qualify for the official record of world's largest golf tee? Is there something about it that disqualifies it? Like, does it actually have to have somebody knock a golf ball off the top of it, the same way that the mailbox actually has to work, the rocking chair has to work? I want to know. So go to work, internet. Let's start a fight about who has the actual world's largest golf tee. Well, it's not much of a fight because Guinness holds the final word on that, but you know what I mean? Tell me why it's not Trochu, Alberta. All right, so I'm sitting here in the parking lot of the KZ, Illinois Town Hall and Police Station. Not because I did anything wrong, but this is a public parking lot, and I just wanted a chance to pull over for a little bit and check out, get a hotel booked for tonight. And I figured I should run down the list of the 12 world's largest things here in KZ and see which ones we have and which ones we're missing. So, wind chime, got it. Golf tee, got it. Rocking chair, got it. Wooden shoes, need it. Pitchfork, got it. Mailbox, got it. Key, need it. Gavel, well, we know that one's been moved, so that's not actually here, so I guess there's only 11. Swizzle spoon, got it. Golf driver, got it. Barbershop pole, got it. And teeter-totter, got it. So I think that means of the 11, I couldn't really see the wooden shoes, but they were, like I mentioned before, they were just kind of not accessible. I did see them through the window, just couldn't really film it very well. As I was filming there, someone who works in the bakery, she came out and she was washing the window and apologized for getting in the way of me recording the video, but that's fine. Like I said, I couldn't really show you much anyway. So I think the truck key is about the only one that we have not covered, and I saw that it's not far away. And then there was a couple, if we look at other random big things that we didn't see, there's a few that are still around. I did show you the bird cage. I saw the bookworm. I didn't stop to film it. I drove past it in front of the library. Saw the cactus, didn't stop to see it. The mousetrap I showed you. The pencil I showed you. the piggy bank. I don't know if that was the one out in front of the butcher shop that I maybe showed right at the very beginning. The pizza slicer is actually in storage right now. The restaurant that it was in front of burned down about a month ago by the looks of it, and the pizza slicer got knocked over, I guess, in the firefighting process, so it's currently in storage. The rocking horse I went looking for based on where it was showing on Google Maps, but I couldn't see it. Spinning top I did not see. Wooden token I did not see. The yardstick we saw, and the taco I did not see. Although it may be in front of the restaurant I'm planning on going to tonight, so that could take care of that. There we go. I promised you I'd show you the giant key. And there it is. Apparently it's actually a replica from one of the actual vehicles that the company owns. So I think I am going to wrap it up here for today. I'm probably going to go check into the hotel, relax a little bit. It's a little too early to eat lunch, or dinner I should say. I had lunch at Moonshine, but then I'll come back here, probably have some Mexican food. Place looks all right, gets pretty good reviews online, and call it good. So it's funny, it's been a really crazy, weird day checking out KZ, Illinois, and 11 world record holders for largest things. So hope you enjoyed the video. Tomorrow's another road trip day, so that'll be the next video that you'll see on the channel. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already. This is the kind of stuff we normally love to do, and we'll see you in the next video.